Hi, everyone. We're just going to give it a few more minutes to let a few more people come in, and then we will start. Okay, we can get started. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome and thank you for attending our first virtual CDSS exchange. I hope you're all doing well during this crisis, and those of you working from home and or working in the office. My name is Nancy Tormey from the Enterprise Bureau here at CDSS. So the CDSS Exchange is a monthly speaker series we hold regularly showcasing work that's being done within the department and or by outside organizations that impacts Californians. This helps promote cross-departmental awareness and engagement amongst us in the public service. So if any of you have questions, please hover over to the right side of the screen and select Q&A and put your questions in there. We will answer your questions as we move forward through the presentation. So we're excited to welcome Stephanie Diamond and Lindsay Heister as our featured speakers to speak on Employee Assistance Program benefits during this crisis. So, okay, so Stephanie, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We are thrilled to be here with you and to talk about this amazing benefit that is at your fingertips and can serve so many different assets or different parts of your life or needs that you might be experiencing in everyday life, as well as needs that may be increased or stressful things in this new reality that we're all trying to cope with. As Nancy mentioned, my name is Stephanie Diamond. I am the Risk Management Section Chief, and the EAP is one of the programs in my section that we oversee and facilitate for the program. We also, just as a note, we oversee the reasonable accommodation, workers' compensation, family medical leave, as well as the Human Resources University, and we are the lead on the learning management system. So we have quite a few department-wide benefits that we manage, and we also are overseeing the EFMLA, which is one of the benefits specific to the COVID pandemic that we are dealing with. I think that you'll find today the Employee Assistance Program comes, a lot of people think of it just as an option for if you need counseling, but what we're here to tell you today is it is so much more than that. It can address topics in your life, whether it's trying to find assistance for childcare or elder care, discounts on household appliances, being able to address workplace issues, request trainings. There are so many things that the Employee Assistance Program has available to you, and that's what we're going to talk to you about today, in depth about what services are available, what benefits are available, how to access them, not just for you, but also for eligible family members or dependents. And we're going to showcase the website so that you know where to go and how to find that. And again, any questions that you may have going forward, we do have an EAP inbox and our EAP coordinator within the department who can assist you with those questions. And that is our very own Lindsay Heister. And she is going to be the one facilitating this part of the presentation. And with that, I will hand it over.
Yes, thank you so much, Stephanie, and thank you all for attending today. I'm really excited to be reviewing all the Employee Assistance Program employee services, as well as the website that Stephanie had mentioned. So our Employee Assistance Program is actually provided by Magellan Health Services of California. The EAP is an innovative program with a variety of clinical services and technologies to help employees and their eligible dependents meet daily challenges and manage difficult situations. So this approach really helps enhance employees' wellness and reduce stress and increase productivity. The learning objectives for today's sessions are to define the EAP, what it is and why do people use it, review the eligibility criteria and employment categories, and also learn about each individual EAP service. So what is the EAP? The EAP is a free, easy to use, and confidential service that has been provided by the state of California, or to the state of California employees since 1974. It is available 24/7, 365 days a year to employees and their eligible dependents. The program is voluntary, so that means that you make the choice to use it, and it's confidential, meaning nobody knows you are using the EAP unless you tell them. You can access services by calling the program phone number or visiting the EAP website, which we'll be reviewing later. You can see here that the EAP includes a full range of services, including but not limited to short-term counseling, work-life services, financial coaching, legal assistance, identity theft resolution services, and convenience services. These services are staffed by highly trained, licensed professional counselors, psychologists, financial coaches, fraud resolution specialists, and attorneys. So why do people use the EAP? Common reasons people use the EAP are if they have trouble managing stress, if they're having relationship difficulties, possible conflict with a supervisor or coworker, if they are feeling overwhelmed by change, anger control issues, an alcohol or drug problem within yourself or others, sleep disturbance, grief and loss, depression, lack of support from family, friends, or coworkers, or anything that is really affecting their work performance or reducing motivation to go to work, as well as work-life balance concerns. So who is eligible? active state employees and their lawful spouse or registered domestic partner, and unmarried dependent children, children, natural, adopted, or stepchildren under the age of 23 for any age if incapable of self-sustaining employment due to mental or physical disability. And I do want to note that the age is actually being changed to the age of 26 beginning July 1st, 2020 to reflect the Affordable Care Act. And unfortunately, dependent children in the military are not eligible. So the EAP has 3 employment categories and 3 benefit levels. You can find this information on the employee brochure that will be posted later after this training. So the employment category and benefit level 1 applies to bargaining unit 5 and 7 employees, exempt managerial, supervisory, and confidential employees of the California Highway Patrol, employees, managers, supervisors, and confidential employees in bargaining units 6, 7, and 8, including seasonal and intermittent firefighters. And so these bargaining units and everything listed in the category level 1, they qualify for 7 sessions per problem type for employees. And so the problem types are substance abuse, alcohol abuse, marital and family issues, and emotional, personal, and stress concerns. 7 sessions per problem type are offered for spouse or registered domestic partner as well, and 7 sessions per problem type for dependent children, not including the employee and spouse or registered domestic partner. And I do want to make a note, the plan is from July 1st to June 30th. So as of July 1st and next month, all these options renew themselves and will be available. Employment category and benefit level 2 applies to all California Highway Patrol, Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, and Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation employees unless listed in level 1. These individuals qualify for 3 sessions per problem type total, shared between employee, spouse, or registered domestic partner and children. Employment category and benefit level 3 applies to all other employees, which qualify for 3 sessions total for the employee, and then 3 sessions total for spouse or registered domestic partner and dependent children. So it is not listed out by problem type, it is total. For all levels of service, members will not be eligible for the EAP if any of the following events do occur: if the employment with the state of California ends, if services are used in a fraudulent or deceptive manner, or if the contract between the state of California and Magellan ends. So there are some exceptions. Retirees covered by level 1 services may use EAP for 90 days after the date of retirement, as may California Highway Patrol employees who are covered in level 2. And then benefits for employees in level 3 services will end the month following their retirement. I'm going to just pause for a moment and ask, is there any questions regarding the employment category benefit levels at all, the levels 1 through 3, or anything that has came up so far?
And while people are going to type in their questions, Lindsay, if you can just mute yours for a second, I want to go ahead and type your questions in. I want to add that these are specific to the counseling, face-to-face counseling sessions, and these other services that we will be talking about, you're going to hear more about, are open, don't have these same kinds of limits, if you will, or parameters rather. And we also will be talking about some general community benefits that Magellan has opened up to the community in response to the multiple levels of crisis that we're seeing both in our community, unrest, as well as the COVID pandemic, and when we've had previous emergencies such as the fires and things of that nature. Magellan and the EAP have been very responsive in opening community hotlines and community support resources that don't even require you to be a state employee, that you'd be able to share with your networks and extended networks. Some of those documents have gone out in all staff emails, and we'll probably be touching on them towards the end of the presentation.
All right, I am not seeing any questions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And thank you, Stephanie. Yes, so we will be reviewing that information a little later in the presentation. So confidentiality is a hallmark of the program and is essential to the success of the EAP. When employees access any EAP service, it is completely confidential, and only aggregate utilization reports are used that do not identify individuals that are shared with the state. The legal exceptions are the same as those that guide all clinicians, which are if a member expresses intent to commit child or elder abuse, or expresses plausible suicidal or homicidal intent, or if a court order requires a clinician to reveal otherwise confidential information. So in these cases, a clinician would be required to notify appropriate authorities. So next, we're going to go into the work-life services. So the work-life services is designed to provide a comprehensive array of services to help employees at every life stage. Work-life specialists provide employees with service information, referrals to qualified resources, and consultation services. There are a variety of options available to help employees, including childcare, educational and career development services, elder care, financial services, identity theft resolution services, and legal assistance. And we do want to note that these services do not count against the clinical counseling sessions. So first, we're going to review childcare services. So finding the right childcare can be challenging at times. This service will do the legwork to help you find resources that provide a practical solution for your specific situation. This service provides guidance and referrals for different types of care, including in-home and out-of-home care, care options for non-standard schedules, before and after school care and summer care, research and evaluation of providers, and resources to assist with adoption, educational options, and special needs. This service allows unlimited 30-minute telephone consultations, and they do not count against your clinical sessions. As with all EAP services, you can call the program phone number or visit the EAP website to access support and the interactive tools for this service. Next is the Educational and Student Resources Service. So the EAP offers helpful resources and education on a variety of topics for students in different stages of school. You can call and work with a specialist to meet your specific needs. And typical referrals include tutors, school reviews, job placement agencies, financial aid options, resume writing programs, and much more. So our elder care services is what I'm going to review next. Caring for an aging loved one comes with a lot of responsibility. This service provides tremendous support, including evaluating living arrangements, health care, legal rights, and financial concerns, helps identifying public and private resources for elder care, obtains referrals to evaluate quality of care in a facility, and assesses and monitors care of loved ones over time as their needs change. This allows for unlimited 60-minute telephonic consultations and does not count against your clinical sessions. So financial services, oh yeah, go ahead, Stephanie.
I was just going to add a bit of an anecdotal narrative for the elder care services. I myself have accessed these services utilizing mainly the resources, some of the articles, as I was a caregiver for my mother-in-law and have supported my father-in-law who lives in LA. And it was extremely helpful in being able to identify some options, but even just for a lighter level of some of the articles that they offered and some insight to be able to share with my family and going through the caregiving process, as it's just not something that you are prepared for until you go through it. And so being able to connect with experts and those who work in this field is extremely valuable. So even if you are prepared for it, having that kind of expert level support is valuable. So I have been able to utilize this myself, and so I wanted to encourage people that it really is quite a benefit.
Yeah, thank you for that. So next we're going to review the financial services. You can call financial services for a free initial telephonic consultation, which is up to 60 minutes, on issues like financial planning, debt consolidation, budgeting, and retirement planning. The consultant will listen and assess the situation and then provide education and advice to help you make informed decisions about your unique situation. During a question and answer session, the consultant may prioritize steps to take, explain the pros and cons of different decisions, discuss debt management programs, provide information regarding your specific situation, and refer you to the appropriate community services. And of course, this does not count against your clinical sessions. We also offer loan and mortgage assistance, as well as taxes and audits and college funds.
Hey, Lindsay, we have a question. We had a couple of questions about legal assistance being free. I know you're going to get to legal assistance in a minute, and then the tutoring on the school. Is the tutoring services free of charge? Do you know?
You would just need to call the EAP line directly, and they will put you in touch with vetted tutoring resources. I'm not sure if they are free or not, but I know they typically give discounts for such services. So I'm not sure if they're completely free, but possibly discounts.
Yeah, typically how those types of services work as far as charge is that having access to talk to somebody and identify the resources, all of that is free. Any of the resources on the website are free. The actual services tend to be a fee for service, but they are at a discounted price because you are a part of the Magellan family, and you are knowing that you're getting a high quality with that. And as I noted in the chat, the legal assistance, there are services that are covered under basic legal. Lindsay's going to go over this, that are free, but depending on what you need and at what level you're requiring legal advice or documents, those services are not are above the basic level and would not necessarily be covered or free, but they would be able to connect you with a service that could provide it again at a discounted rate. And we'll be going over that shortly. Okay, go ahead, Linz.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Stephanie. So the Identity Theft Resolution Service offers fraud resolution assistance to those who have been victimized by identity thieves. You can consult with a fraud resolution specialist on how to place fraud alerts, close affected accounts, and file police reports. It also provides consultation on how to freeze credit to prevent unauthorized account activity, and advise on how to prevent future identity theft. And this provides unlimited 60-minute telephonic consultations as long as this is going on. So now we'll be reviewing the legal assistance. Legal consultations is available for a broad array of legal concerns, including estate planning, which includes wills and trusts, family law, which would cover topics such as divorce and family matters, standard legal services, which includes civil and consumer rights, bankruptcy, real estate, criminal matters, and more. And so this service does include a 60-minute consultation per issue for face-to-face or telephonic sessions. However, if the attorney is hired, discounts are available for services beyond that 60-minute consultation. Estate planning and standard legal services come at a 25% discount, and then family law is a 35% discount. It is important to note that this service does not prepare legal documents, provide representation, assist with formal appeals, or address employment-related matters such as sexual harassment, workers' compensation, and disciplinary actions. These services do not account against your clinical sessions. And I also want to make a note that the department does also offer the ARAG Group Legal Services Insurance Plan for a paid monthly premium. This is available during open enrollment, and more information can be found at the link below. And as I mentioned before, this PowerPoint will be posted after the training, so you'll be able to access this PowerPoint. And if you want additional information on that group legal service plan, you can just simply click the link that is below in the footer. So before I move into the health and wellness services, is there any additional questions regarding the services I just reviewed at all?
We have a question.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's after this training, please email me this PowerPoint. Okay, not a question.
Okay. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and
I think we'll be adding the PowerPoint as well as the EAP brochure to everybody that participated. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have the PowerPoint, the EAP brochure, and then a couple other flyers that just has an overview of each of the services explained today. So you can print those out or just save them to your desktop or whatever you want to do with those, so they're easily accessible. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
And we'll also be posting this on the CDSS Exchange page on the DSS source on both the new intranet version and the current intranet.
Fantastic. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the health and well-being services. So EAP is a comprehensive program with a broad array of services to help employees with many needs. Now I'm going to take you through the EAP health and well-being services, which include appointment assist, live chat, messaging therapy, online EAP registration, tele-EAP coaching, and web-based confidential care. So the appointment assist service is ready if you ever have difficulty making an appointment. So if you do have difficulty finding an available appointment, you can call the EAP and ask for help. The staff will take your information, contact providers directly, and then find appointments at times that work with you and your schedule to connect with a licensed clinician. The live chat option is also available. So when you are on the member website and need assistance, help is just a click away with live chat. Live chat can help with choosing a provider, locating community resources, dealing with depression, coping with stress or loss, or just preparing for your counseling session. And I'll review where that live chat option once we go over the EAP website. So next I'll review the messaging therapy service. As we probably know, mental health affects every aspect of our lives. So in the workplace where stress and deadlines can take a toll, it is especially important to pay attention to your well-being. With messaging therapy, you can get matched to a therapist and work with them through a mobile device or web browser instead of meeting in person. Concerns addressed include, but are not limited to, family and relationship issues, anxiety and depression, addiction and substance abuse, and post-traumatic stress disorder. This service is available to members at the age of 18 or older, and employees are eligible for up to 4 sessions of messaging therapy. Each session is typically considered 1 week, and these sessions do not count against your EAP clinical services. You may access this information on the available member website. Oh, I do want to make a note. Actually, I was just informed today through CalHR that they are revising the messaging therapy service as of July 1st. So any eligible dependent at the age of 13 and on can actually access this service with approval from their guardian. So I did want to make a note of that. So the online registration and provider search I'll be reviewing next. So when an employee looks for a counselor, they can use the provider search feature on the member website to find care in their area. The search tool allows you to narrow your search based on criteria such as type of counseling offered, for example, grief, bereavement, marriage and family therapy, and mental health. If the office is handicapped accessible, available on public transit lines, offers video conference, and in addition to in-person therapy. You can also choose the gender of your counselor, languages spoken, and location and distance from a zip code. Employees can register on the EAP website to see a counselor, and this is how it works. So the employee would fill out the EAP registration form and receive a confirmation. Next, the employee would reach out to the counselor directly to schedule an appointment. And just as a reminder, all of these services, of course, are confidential. So next, I'll review the tele-EAP coaching service. This is a lifestyle coaching service which is available to help employees achieve a specific personal or professional goal, such as being more mindful or making a lifestyle change. To access coaching services, simply call the EAP and ask for coaching. You will be connected to one of the coaches within the network. The coach will help you create an action plan using goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. The coach assists with problem solving, follow-up, and accountability. And you will meet with the coach at regular intervals by phone or video teleconference until your needs have been met. Typical coaching sessions can last anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks, and coaches are available from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That is Pacific time. Coaching is not appropriate for high-risk situations, chronic mental issues, or alcohol or drug dependence. Also, coaching does not count against your clinical sessions. And I think this is a really great service. I've utilized this service before, and they just help you, figure out your life, what's going on in your life. If you have any goals or want to progress in any area. And I have a friend that actually pays her life coach upwards to like $125 per hour. So this is a service that is completely free to you and unlimited to utilize. So I really recommend this one. Next, we'll review telehealth. So telehealth gives employees the opportunity to meet with a counselor via video conference, which are available for participating providers. Employees can use their smartphone or computer with a webcam and high-speed internet access. You can meet with an EAP provider in the privacy of your own home, car, or office for a real-time two-way conversation. Typically, this service provides faster and more convenient access to mental health services. Telehealth offers you privacy and flexibility to meet with an EAP provider when and where it's convenient for you. Members can get started by visiting the EAP website, which is eap.calhr.ca.gov. They would scroll down the page and click on Find a Provider and choose your plan level. You will be taken to the provider search page and see a Choose Provider list with a drop-down menu. You would then choose Telehealth EAP. Enter your zip code and distance into the required fields. You will then be presented with a list of providers in your area that offer telehealth. A telehealth icon will be listed next to the provider's name, which indicates they accept telehealth appointments. Complete an EAP online referral form, and then you would call the provider to schedule an appointment. So next we'll review the web-based confidential care program. Another great feature of the EAP is this self-guided online program. These programs have proven to work just as well as face-to-face therapy and prescription medications by helping people understand the thoughts and feelings that lead to potentially problematic behaviors. You can use them anywhere at any time. All you need is a computer or mobile device that can play videos. Modules are available to help with the following conditions: anxiety, chronic pain, depression, insomnia, obsessive compulsive disorder, and substance use. These programs can be used on their own or in conjunction with work being done with a counselor. And I did want to make a note that all of these are actually available as apps as well on your phone. So it's an available app. So I'm going to stop for a moment and see if there's any questions on the health and well-being services that I just reviewed.
Friends, I will just say there's a couple of questions I've gone ahead and answered, but I'll put them out here in case there's any additional information you want to add. One question we had was regarding the elderly care, if they help with navigating Medicare and Medi-Cal options in their specific area. I did let them know that when they do reach out for the elder care services for that consultation, they would be specific as to what their needs are, including navigating those Medicare and Medi-Cal options, and they would connect them with the local services that would offer that kind of assistance in identifying elder care. Is there anything you want to answer? Okay. And then the other question was about minor dependents, 18, 19, and 20-year-old children in the home. And I indicated, yes, they can utilize the sessions as outlined. up to the age of 23, and that age is going to be increasing to age 26 as of July 1st. Are their dependents also able to use these other services that we're reviewing?
Yes, absolutely. So especially the messaging therapy services available to the dependents, as well as everything that we have just reviewed, the tele-EAP coaching and all of those services, yes, the health and wellness.
Available. Okay, so every aspect of the EAP is available to all outlined eligible dependents or eligible family members, which is your legal spouse or registered domestic partner and any children in the home that are up to the age of 23, at least till the end of this month, 26 beginning in July, can utilize the sessions as outlined or any of these other services. And it looks like those are all the, and then this one says, does substance abuse include vaping and smoking? And I do believe those topics can be addressed through the substance abuse support, also through the various telehealth and talk space, to be a topic of how to address what might be the underlying cause of that addiction. So the short answer is yes, those can be addressed through these services.
Yes.
I think those are all we have right now.
Okay, yeah, so no, you're exactly right. If you just, let them know there's certain circumstances going on, that those items can be addressed. Okay, so I'm going to move into the COVID-19 resources. Stephanie, did you want to speak on this for a second?
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure and specifically address what we are experiencing with COVID-19 and also the general community unrest, and that having both of those occurring simultaneously has been something that is impacting every area of people's lives, their home, their work, their relationships. There's been a lot of acknowledgement of, in general, an increase in mental health concerns, in suicide and suicide ideation due to some of the isolation brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've also seen a lot of just an uptick in general experience of anxiety and trying to manage a lot of change all at once. And we are sensitive to that, and the EAP resources are sensitive to that and understanding. So they have, like we said, offered specific webinars focusing on how to help everybody navigate through these times. And then also community resources that have been opened up beyond just the eligible dependents or family that we have outlined. Because they acknowledge that there is a greater societal need and they want to be supportive of that. And so we're just really grateful to have these resources at our fingertips that can be shared beyond just us as state employees. And so we have put out a lot of information through our all staff memos, and there is a COVID-19 resource tab that has the Employee Assistance Program specific resources on that tab on the intranet. And so it just really is something we wanted to highlight in the context of this being a resource that's available always, that it may be something even of more value or of a higher need right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Stephanie mentioned, there's live webinars that they hold at least monthly, if not, they were occurring weekly at one point. There is an upcoming live webinar on July 7th that is called the Stress Toolkit that CaliCHAR is hosting that will touch on this topic and provide ways of handling any stress that you might be going through, and just also providing resources for you as well. There's a ton of tip sheets and financial pre-recorded webinars also available. And I will be showing you in a couple moments the EAP COVID-19 resources page. So you can go directly to the EAP website and access any of these resources. So yes, as Stephanie mentioned, that a ton of our EAP announcements is going out, and recently we just released a EAP announcement regarding the available mental health hotline. So Magellan has opened up this free 24-hour crisis hotline, and that's for anybody. That's not just for state employees. That's any individual that needs access to mental health support. They can call this 1-800 number and speak directly to a master's level certified licensed mental health clinician for support and also community-based resources and assistance. So, you know, we really are so happy that Magellan's offering this support during these times. It is free of charge, and it's offered, like I said, to the community to assist with individuals that might be coping with fears, with the feelings of fear, sadness, anger, and hopelessness related to these difficult times. And so that's the 1-800 number listed right there that anybody can access at any time. So the last thing before I we show you the EAP website, we're just going to review actually one of the great benefits as well is the EAP LifeMart Discount Center. And so this is an online members only discount center that is available to you and can allow you to save big on major purchases like cars, tickets, and any day-to-day essentials like groceries or childcare. And it is all free to you. I actually have utilized this discount center to buy my mom a washer and dryer, and we got it sent to Kentucky for her at a really great discounted rate. So this is also a great feature. So key features of this program are exclusive savings for you and your household members and deals on national products, as well as services for entertainment, family care, travel, dining, groceries, electronics, and there's a ton on this that's available. So to access the LifeMart Discount Center on your desktop or laptop, you do need to create a Magellan account. So if the LifeMart Discount Center prompts you to log in, you would enter this Magellan account username and password. For savings while you're on the go, download the LifeMart app. And to get started, you would enter your Magellan username associated with the LifeMart Discount Center registration that you do. And then you would download the app and start saving. So of course, this is the EAP website, and that is eap.calhr.ca.gov. And this website provides confidential and easy access to all the programs and services that I just reviewed, as well as articles and timely crisis information. Employees can watch an orientation video, search for counselors, register for live webinars, research a topic of their interest, and learn more about all the resources available to them. So we do encourage you to visit the website on a regular basis because the EAP is posting new articles, webinars, information almost daily. I see something new on there.
And Lindsay, when we do jump over to the website, can we show them where to click to create their account before they, because if you just click on the discount center and you haven't created the account, it can be a little bit confusing.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. I'll review how you can set up your account on there. So for any questions or assistance, you can always contact myself and Lindsay Heister at 916-651-2739 or email our departmental EAP inbox, which is eap@dss.ca.gov. The EAP number is listed above there. It's at 866 EAP for SOC number. And also our statewide EAP manager is Jackie Hensley. If you ever have any questions that can't be addressed through our avenues, you can reach out to her directly at 916-324-9353, and her email is also listed there as well. Okay, so just before we move into the website, just give one more second for any questions regarding any information that we have reviewed. Nope.
It looks like we did have one question come through. It says, does substance use include vaping and smoking?
Oh, we already answered that one.
Oh, did we? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So, okay, so how you're going to access the EAP website is you'll just go into your search bar and you do eap.calichar.ca.gov, and this brings you to the EAP homepage as seen here. So first I'm going to review how you would go in and create your account. So you'll simply come up here to the Find My Company -login section. You would click that button and come over to login. Click here. And you see here that I'm actually already signed up, but if you do not have an account, you'll simply click this sign up button right here. So you would click this to sign up, and you would fill in Department of Social Services, or Department of Social Services. You can use any email address, and you do not have to use your work email address. And then you would fill in your password and confirm your password, and basically review the terms of use, disclaimer, and privacy policies. And then you would click Get Started. So that will allow you to create your account and access the full range of LifeMart discounts. So we're going to go back to the home page here. And I'll scroll down, and you see this Explore Services section. This carousel offers all of the services at one click. So it begins with counseling, appointment assist, your messaging therapy. We did not review Will, but Will is actually a brand new app that's being offered and through July 31st. And it includes a ton of trainings with learning how to meditate, reduce stress, anxiety, improving relationships, and also over 250 science-based mini courses. So I've gotten great feedback on this. If you want to check it out, feel free to come to the website, and then you would follow this link to register. Let me go back to the home page. You scroll down a little bit. If you click on the Work Life Services, that brings you to a list of available life care resource centers. So that's webinar, live talks, anything of that sort. And you will need an account to access those. Right.
It's the same account. It's all one account.
Right, exactly. Yes, everything to access any of these services, if it asks you for your account information, it is just your Magellan EAP account. There is also a manager support section, and this is specifically for supervisors and managers to come here, and we have a work consultation, a work phone number that they can call, and the workplace support services. My apologies. That they can contact if you just are having any issues or any difficulty speaking with conversations with your staff, or just need to review anything that's going on in the work environment. This is specific to managers and supervisors. Here's your financial services, legal services. There's grievance area, identity theft, the discount center. This is where you're going to access the LifeMart discount center that we just reviewed. So you'll create your account, and then after you create your account, you'll simply click on this LifeMart discount center right there. And as you see, you do have to sign in with that account that you have created.
Lindsay, can you go ahead and sign in to the discount center and just show that to them?
Yeah,
absolutely. Just a couple minutes, and I think it would be beneficial.
Hey, Lindsay, while you're signing in, there is a question. Can your child who is out of state access in-college access in-person clinical assistance?
That's a great question. I know they can access the telehealth option. I would call the EAP phone number to see it for in-person, correct? That was the question, in-person services?
In-person clinical assistance.
Yeah, you would have to go ahead and I'll answer it, Lindsay. So yes, Lindsay's right. You would have to double check because this is a state-based program. having out-of-state access may be a possibility. You would just have to ask that specifically when you call to get a consultation about the services. But the telehealth and doing it remotely, which is actually something that's being utilized more often right now with the COVID situation, would be available because they are fall within the parameters of eligibility. So at very minimum, you would have the telehealth access.
Right. Okay, great. So now that I've logged in, I'll simply click this LifeMart Discount Center and see here that now that I'm signed in already to the my EAP account, it will bring me to the LifeMart homepage. So this is any COVID-19. They have additional COVID-19 resources. Here's summer topics here. We have wellness. So there's dental care, gyms, nutrition, electronics. So you can get a ton of discount on electronics. They have insurance discounts, which is awesome. Up here is where you're going to locate your grocery coupons. So you can just click on that button. And there's a ton of coupons you can just download and print out for to bring grocery shopping with you. So I think there's like, I forget, there's a ton of coupons on here. If you go to the more section, this drops down and offers you the rest of the discounts that are available. So as you see here, even flowers and gifts, family, apparel, financial, let's see, where does that? They have home mortgage. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I said theme parks, you have Disneyland,
Yeah.
SeaWorld, Six Flags.
Right. Yeah, they have, like she said, Disneyland, Disney World theme park tickets are available for discount. So just, you know, a ton of things. You can find anything almost in here. So one more thing I'm going to just review is just where you can find those COVID-19 resources on the EAP homepage as well before I let everyone go. So I'm just going to just show you where you can access those. If you scroll down on the homepage, you can see here information for COVID-19, and you just simply click learn more. And this brings you to all the resource page. Here's your tip sheets listed right here, which you can download. And then we have all the webinars that have been offered thus far for emotional wellness and financial wellness. So as you can see, there's a ton of webinars that are pre-recorded and available to you at any time. Also, let me go back to the home page, just one more thing. I will show you, if you're interested in any live webinars monthly, you can scroll all the way down to the monthly webinar section, and you'll click Access Webinar. As you can see, the July 8th one I mentioned, a stress relief toolkit is going to be available. Just click here. And then you just click this register button right here to register for that. So that's how you access the monthly free webinars. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. We've covered everything. Does anybody have a couple more questions at all before we wrap this up? Or?
Okay. I don't see any questions, but I do want to thank you all for coming again. All the materials will be posted on a DSS source page and on a new intranet under CDSS Exchange. So also, if your unit or if you know any other units that are interested in showcasing their work and the impacts they have on Californians, please reach out to the Enterprise Bureau and we will get you scheduled for a CDSS Exchange event. And we do want to thank you again and have a great rest of the day. Lindsay, do you want to add anything?
No, just thank you so much for attending, everybody. I hope you find this information, really helpful, and that you have a better understanding about the wide array of services that the EAP has to offer. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or that inbox at any time. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your Thursday.